You see the text. It's another absolute meatlock, and it's five straight. But before we jump into this week's meatlock, real quick, shout out to our latest subs, Adam Oliver and Cuddles Knickerbocker. We appreciate you grilling and chilling with the boys. And you saw the intro to this video where it began with a lock, and it continues with not only that, but a sixth straight as we're taking the polar bear in this one, Sergey Spivak, over the Prince of Death. God of Night, Greg Hardy, who is only garnering 19%. 81% is rolling with Sergey, and it is interesting to note that both these guys are coming off recent losses. Greg Hardy's have been compounded though, right? He's got stopped twice, once by our boy Marcin Tibora, and then most recently against Tai Tuivasa. And we saw the polar bear also get finished recently against Tom Aspinall. But if we look at those wins before running into Tom Aspinall, who we think could be a future champ, perhaps even in this year. I mean, he picked up some decent wins, right? Smoked the Alexei Olenek, the boa constrictor. That was decision, and he finished Jared Vandera, and he took out, not to be confused with ya boy, but he took out boy Carlos Felipe. So we think he's an absolute lock in this one against the Prince of War. What are your thoughts on this heavy meat matchup? How do you think Sergey Spivak gets this done, and why is this a sixth straight meat lock for the boys?
Yeah, I think the polar bear is just a whole other level of fighter. I really think he is the real deal. Just Tom Aspinall is that next level. But right before that is the polar bear. He's the gatekeeper to get to that top three, top five level. And let's be honest, Greg Hardy just isn't it. I mean, we've been seeing Greg Hardy get absolutely outclassed, being knocked out. He's got inhaler gate. He has no gas tank. He needs uh, a lot of work, and these guys have been trained their whole life. Greg Hardy just started, so they were hyping him up for a while versus a bunch of bombs because he is an amazing athlete in other sports. And let's be honest, we have to give him credit. Like, he still looks great for only doing this for a couple of years. Pretty fascinating, to be honest. He's even fighting at this level and fighting the guys he's been fighting, but the levels tests have truly been showing, and this is another one of those. This is an absolute lock, and the polar bear is going to probably knock him out in the second round.
I like that a lot. And, 80, if we look at the 81% for Sergey Spivak, it's pretty differentiated, right? A decent sliver for that brown KO, decent for that sub copper, and the slightest minority for the base decision. And 19%, surely enough, is rolling with Hardy, and most of it obviously is that KO TKO. I tend to think that in this contest, the most dangerous aspects are going to be early, right? As long as Sergey can sort of make this one ugly early, likely close the distance, and sort of just bully Greg Hardy with some much stronger technique. Throughout those first 3 minutes, I think that this should be a lock from that point because we know Greg Hardy is, he is dangerous early. He does have some UFC wins. He does have some early stoppages, but like you put it, I mean, it was against guys of not great levels. So it has been cool to see Greg Hardy develop some sort of professional MMA game, but you wonder if like his game might be just better suited over in Bellator or maybe even bare knuckles. So we'll see, but nonetheless, we're going with Sergey Spivak. I like that finish idea a lot. I think second round is probably most likely if Greg Hardy can survive the first. And we're going to be throwing down 211.13 at minus 220 polar bear odds. It's going to net 95.97. Get us a sixth straight, 42nd overall meat lock, and just bring more attendees for the boys because this is finally a stacked UFC card. I mean, we had to sort of dig deep throughout these last few weeks, but on this stacked fight card, Polar Bear we think is just going to be the one cooling it. So, any last thoughts on this meat lock?
No, definitely going to be cooling it with the meat on the grill this weekend, boys. So make sure to smash that meat and subscribe, and throw in the comments if you agree with the meaties or don't, and check out other videos. Here.